Ladies and gentlemen, rise for the colonel.
Thank you, thank you. Everybody have your seats, please. We ready to continue?
Yes.
We'd like to welcome you here. Oh, when are we going to stop doing that?
I don't know.
You think, are people getting tired of it?
I don't know. What are they saying in the comments?
I don't know. What are y'all? What do y'all think? Entry, a little too flashy? You like the Johnny Cash turnaround? I don't know. I got to keep my fans happy, and your fans happy.
Yeah.
They're turning more into your fans.
Yeah, like I said, I'm carrying the channel.
You're
On
carrying.
my back. Put it on my back.
Oh shoot! Yes, that's true. That's true. You're the flashy, snappy sidekick.
Sidekick.
Jumping in.
Sidekick.
Sidekick. Oh, what are we doing today? We're gonna make Charleston she crab soup. That's the plan for today. So we live here in the Low Country, South Carolina. It's nice and warm outside. We just had a thunderstorm, well, kind of a storm come through, dump a little rain on us. So hot, humid here all the time. Big thing in this area is the ocean. Those of you that live in Maryland can understand, but there's crabs here in the water out here. So you'll see them out there all the time, crab pots out there where people catching crabs. And there's a lot of that out there. Now I want to say that we actually are, it's pretty easy to make. I will say the she crab soup, that if you are lactose intolerant, you're going to have a hard time with this one because there's a lot of dairy in this one. So, but it is tasty. Okay, so you're going to like that. We are not using fresh crabs because, frankly, I've caught crabs before and shelled them. And you boil them and shell them and all, and that's a whole lot of work for about that much meat, and it's a lot of work. And so I'm cheating a little bit because this recipe calls for a pound, so I'm going with the canned crab meat here. So we're going to go with that. Onions and celery and garlic and dill and some Worcestershire sauce and some other things. All the ingredients are down below, as well as the directions. Pretty easy to make. We're going to do that right now. I've got some butter melting over here. I'm going to make a little simple roux. So come on over here.
No.
I got 5 tablespoons of butter, and I've melted it, and I'm going to put 5 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour in there. We're going to just make a little simple roux and just kind of stir it around in here. Cook it for about 3 minutes or so. This is going to help thicken this a little bit. It makes a nice little gravy. So, you like Charleston, Ben?
Love Charleston.
Yeah, it's nice here, isn't it?
Yes.
Why do they call it she crab soup? Do you have any idea?
No, I have no clue.
Well, I think, obviously she, as in female, they're, some of the places you go, they'll put a little bit of crab roe on the top of it as well. She crab's like a female crab, and you catch them around here. We would go out fishing for them. We would actually, we've been before, like when we go to the beach, we would try to catch crabs. And what you do is you get you go buy like a chicken neck, and you put it on this little weighted sinker, and you kind of run this little metal sticker through the chicken neck. And you close it up. It's got a weight on it, and it's about 10, 12 feet of string, and you throw it out there, and you can do that in the surf. And then you kind of just you'll feel the crabs kind of starting to tug on a little bit. So then you start kind of pulling it in, and the crab's like, that's mine. And he holds on to it, and he doesn't want to let go. And he gets up close, and you look, and if you've got a crab on the end of it, you kind of take a net and you scoop up underneath and catch. That's the hard way to do it. The easy way is just get a crab pot. So we'll cook this for a few minutes here, kind of get this nice go. I don't want to burn it, so I got it over like low, medium heat. Little roux there. It's coming together nice. But again, like I said, we would catch, I remember one year with Mom, we went and she took my oldest boys crabbing, and they went out there crabbing and caught probably, I don't know, a bushel full of crabs, and probably got maybe 2 pounds of meat off of it, enough to make like about 8 or 9 crab cakes. And even Mom was like, oh, I don't know if that was worth all the work. So let's see. So how's that looking? Is it looking okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got one small yellow onion. I got a celery stalk. I just minced it up, and then 2 cloves of garlic. And we're gonna put this in here. Stir this around, and just mince it up real fine, not real chunky. Stir that in there too. But yeah, like I said, a lot of work. Some people, you know, I mean, it's fun if you got the knack down. I suppose if you did it enough, it'd be pretty fun cooking that. You ever shell a crab before?
Nope.
You remember when we dropped Nathan off at the Naval Academy? We stopped for some Maryland crabs up there. Did you mess with that at all?
No, I didn't.
They have the soft shell crab up there, which I guess that's right after crabs molt. They peel off their shell, that their soft shell crab, that kind of after they've molted, they have a particular taste, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's coming along.
I mean, I like crab cakes, but I don't really like just eating crab.
All right, so now we're getting to those of you that are lactose intolerant, you may want to turn away, because
How much
we
dairy?
got 2 quarts of half and half, and we're going to slowly kind of whisk this in. This is just regular old half and half. So if you have some left over, you can. We're going to whisk this in to kind of till we get the lumps out. So I'm just going to stir it at first till I get the whisk.
Careful.
Yep. Splash that around. Just kind of mix it around. Get it going. Get my whisk.
It's a lot of dairy.
What did you do with that?
I don't know nothing.
Uh-oh. What happened to my whisk? I had it right over here. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. Camouflaged.
It's literally out in the open.
I know. Rattled.
Need your glasses?
Oh. So we got our live chat going on Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow. So I think I'll post this video tonight. So live chat tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Just kind of whisk it around. See, it's kind of broke up. It's it's loose now. There's no lumps, and you just kind of slowly whisk it in.
I feel like this is going to be really thick.
It is. It's good.
It's like a chowder almost.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of dairy in this. 2 quarts of half and half. Let's put all that in there. That's 1 quart.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna make a lot of soup. We're gonna end up with a pound of crab meat in this, so I guess we need a lot here. But this is particularly good. You can get a lot of the restaurants, seafood restaurants around here. The she crab soup. Now I know that technically when you catch a female that has roe, that has crab eggs, you're supposed to throw it back, which is kind of interesting. So smells like onions and the milk.
Oh, I think that's what's in it. Onions and milk.
Yeah, so we'll go. No lumps. We're looking for no lumps. I don't see. Oh, look at that. There are a whole bunch of lumps right there.
It's right on it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you know, I remember we would go to the beach and we'd catch those crabs like that, and so you get through, you know, at the end of the day, and you got you know, your chicken neck, and it's like, well, that's going to last. So by the end of the week, I mean, we would just keep those things in the bucket, and usually the smellier they were, the more it brought the crabs in. So you know, we would leave that thing sitting out all week, and usually by the end of the week, it was like, oh, it was starting to turn, and I remember sitting there thinking one year, going, these crabs' last meal is this putrid, nasty chicken neck. Yeah, so it started turning my stomach a little bit. So we were talking. You got the smellometer on?
Yeah.
Yeah, not really doing anything yet. Is it?
No, it doesn't really smell like. It just smells like onions, really.
All right, so we're gonna go with a pint I'm sorry, 1 cup of vegetable broth. I'm gonna put this in.
Comes in pints.
Now this is a cup. So 1 cup of vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth. I just had this vegetable broth left over from the last thing I did, so I'm using that. But you can use chicken broth as well. And then 1 pint of heavy cream.
More
So
cream.
I've got some heavy whipping cream. And we'll put a pint in there. I love putting this stuff in my coffee, but more than half and half. So 2 cups to a pint. That's gonna be nice and thick.
Yeah.
All right. We'll kind of whisk that in. So that's gonna be a lot. I hope you're hungry.
This is your meal.
Yeah, well, I'll gladly eat on this all week, so this is pretty good. I love me some she crab soup. What else going on? Still, you gonna be training the next class here, starting the 21st of January or June?
Yeah. Well, technically, I start training in July. That's when they show up.
Oh yeah.
July 8th, I think. But yeah. Go back in 2 weeks. To the day almost.
All right, let's see. So we've got need half a cup of cooking sherry. We're going to go ahead and put that in too. So half a cup. This is just regular old cooking sherry. That gives, like, that heavy cream's on the side. I can't even read the scale. I think that's a half right there. There we go, that's a half. All right, half a cup of sherry goes in. Kind of mix it in. That's really the gives it the distinctive taste. So a little bit of sherry, and then you just put when you do ladle it out, when you do finally serve it, just put a little dab of sherry with it too. That's the way they cook it with that. But if you want a little extra dab of sherry when it's served, they'll do that around here too. So, like I said, you don't see it too often where they'll put a little sprinkle of crab roe on it. So, and you just kind of keep stirring and working that in. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we're going to bring that back up to a simmer. And then we've got Worcestershire and hot sauce, and then dill. So I've got a whole bunch of dill. This is dill from my front yard, that I have planted. So a couple of, so this is not, I didn't chop it, I just kind of rough chopped it up here. So we'll put a couple of tablespoons of dill in. We'll save that. That'll be for something later.
Like this
Want
one.
2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, or I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire, and 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. So 2 teaspoons of, it's called this Winchester sauce. I like that name better, but there you go. Worcestershire. 1, 2, and then a teaspoon of, I use just Tabasco hot sauce. It'll come out.
I think you're getting more of it into it than you're
Looks
actually
like it.
getting into
Yeah.
the measuring.
What's going on here? That's probably about a teaspoon there. Okay. And then we'll just put a little dash of kosher salt. A little pinch. It's just salt and pepper to taste. So, and then we'll go with a little bit of pepper. I'm going to just bring this up to a simmer.
A little bit.
I got it on medium heat. So all that dairy in there, be careful not to burn it on the bottom and scald it. So this is we're gonna let this cook for probably we're just gonna let it slow simmer for about 30 minutes, and it'll reduce by about a third, and then we'll add our crab meat, and then it'll be about ready to go. As soon as the crab meat warms up in there, so. Come up to a simmer. All right. So we're going to let this come up to a simmer, and we're going to let it come up to a simmer. And again, so we'll come back in about 30 minutes, and we're going to add our crab meat back in. So we'll be right back. All right, so it's been probably it took a while for it to come up to a simmer, and it's probably been simmering like this for probably about 40 to 45 minutes. So it has reduced some. It's kind of tough to tell when you're cooking like dairy because it'll froth up. A little trick here too is get like a wooden spoon and lay it across the top. So if it does start to come up, it'll kind of keep it from flowing over. But anyway, I put it on like medium to medium low heat, just enough to get it to simmer. It's cooked down a little bit. What I'm going to do now, I've got my crab meat, and I've opened up the can. So as strong as my grip is, I did not peel that off. I already pre-opened the can. Just be careful of this juice. But you can see, boy, there's just not a whole lot there. You know, there's just not a whole lot there to the crab meat. So looks like there's a thing on top there. Look at that. And we're just going to add this crab meat in, juice and all. Just add it in, and I got 4 cans here of this. Worked out to about a pound. So, it's can 1. This one doesn't have a top on it. It must be on underneath. Yeah, it's underneath the lid. I was going to say, that'll be an extra chewy little piece there. Man, yeah. This crab was wrapped in paper. Okay. 2. Yeah, see, it's paper on the top there. And all that good crab meat out. So you can see it's all minced up, and I'm not sure how they do that. They don't have any crab shell in or anything else, but you can see it's kind of fine, and that's a lot of work there by somebody picking crab. But oh, thank goodness for the modern day conveniences, huh? I'll kind of stir that around and see if any of that paper got in there. Hopefully not. So just kind of stir this back around, and then really it's pretty much done, and we're just going to put this in there to heat the crab meat up. So we're going to let this simmer for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and fix this a bowl and try it. So really it's not a whole lot to this. Just kind of keeping an eye on it. I always have to be kind of careful. I always get a little jumpy when I'm cooking with like dairy, like milk, because it'll scald pretty easy, and you got to kind of keep the bottom clean, because if you heat it up too much, if you have too much heat on it, that bottom will scald, and it'll scald on the bottom. So just keep an eye on it. Nice low medium heat, just enough to kind of get a little bubble going. And so we'll go ahead and we'll let that heat back up for probably another 10 minutes or so, and we'll be right back, and we'll try out the bowl. I can't wait. Can you wait? Do you like she crab soup?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, you will after you try this. You smell it though, don't you?
It smells good.
It smells good. And we'll try it. We'll see. All right?
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes or so. We put the crab meat in. That's mostly just to kind of let it get, what's a good word I could use there? Inculcate the flavors. You know what that means?
Nope.
Now look it up. So the crab meat the flavors will get all into that. So now you really taste the crab. Now I put the juice in there. I didn't squeeze it out or anything else. Juice and meat and all right into there. It's got a nice a real nice crab flavor to it. Now, I tasted it a little bit. It really, I'm going to go ahead and ladle myself out some here. So you can kind of see, I'll kind of stir it up a little bit. You can see the crab meat is in there, but it's like a chowder. So you can continue to kind of cook this on down if you'd like to thicken it up some. And then one little trick, like I said, what they do a lot of times is they'll just put just a little bit of a dash of sherry in it to add to it. So I'm gonna mix that up, mix that in there. Oh, I love that crab smell. That's really good. And it really has a chowder flavor to it. So, and I'm getting some crab in there too, just so you can see some of the crab meat. See on the spoon there? Mm-hmm. So that works out real nice. So this is Charleston she crab soup. Hope you liked it. I really liked it. That's really good. So, you know, you can kind of keep letting it simmer on the stove and kind of let it thicken up just a little bit more, cook down a little bit more, which I will. I'm going to do that. Keeps in the fridge for a week or two. And just keep it in the fridge after you're done with it and heat it back up when you want it. But Charleston she crab soup. Any questions, Benjamin?
Nope.
You think you're going to try it?
I'm going to try it, yeah. If you give me $1.
If I give you $1? Okay, I'll do that. So, awesome. So, I hope you like it. Try it. Let me know what you think. And I appreciate all the support. And if that will be all, will that be all, Benjamin?
That's all.
That'll be all. So, this is Colonel saying over and out.